New York, big city of dreams. New York, big city of dreams.
What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl Ebony, aka MadKnickFan, coming to you with another pregame. We're playing the Milwaukee Bucks today, so I can't wait to get into break this down. See some of my keys to victories. I seen some panic on social media about the loss against Miami. Yes, it was ugly. We're gonna get into that too. Some of the off-season moves, excuse me, that Milwaukee has done. Talk about what Giannis has done this season. Their style of play, their intentions are they trying to adapt a new style of play this year. What they've done this so far during this the beginning of the season, and the keys to victory. What I believe if we do, we win. So let's get into it. Let's chop it up. First foremost, the Milwaukee Bucks are 2-1, just like us. We're 2-1. Their last game they lost to the Cavaliers, who's a team that we beat at the first game. They lost the Cavaliers. They were down a couple of players. During the Cavaliers, I believe it was Kevin Porter Jr. with the ankle sprain. Excuse me. Anthony Cole had a non-COVID illness, and Kuzma also has a left ankle sprain. So those were some of the injuries that they were dealing with, key pieces that they didn't have. And at the end of the day, against the Cavaliers, that was the story. They had more pieces, and Milwaukee didn't. They didn't have enough roster, enough people to produce. That was basically the difference in the game. But they are, before we get into some of their off season moves, I just want to talk about some of the panic that I saw on in social media. Period. It's not going to be pretty some games, and I've mentioned that multiple times. It's a new system. It's new defense. Like, the people have to learn every position on the court. It's not just your role, my role. You have to literally learn basketball on every position, and depending on what systems and what coaches you have, this might be new to a lot of our players. It just takes certain coaches, their philosophy is, it breaks it down, makes it simple in a way that anybody can understand. And that's what I'm hearing about Mike Brown's system. So it's going to take time for that to become muscle memory. Some of these stats, yes, they look different from last year in a bad way, but the points were number 27. Field goals made were number 30. Field goals attempted were number 14. Field goal percentage, we're last in the league. That's concerning. I get it. 3-point made, we're 6 in the league. 3-point attempted, we're 1. That's real different. We're jacking up shots almost to a point where, like, you could have faked and then gone to the basket. But again, that comes with being familiar with the system. When they can attack, when they can't, they'll learn that through these 82 games. So some of these numbers in the beginning of the season, like I mentioned before, going to look a little different. But what stood out to me most is, yes, like, that's terrible. Number 22 in 3-point percentage. That's terrible. We're number 8 last year, but we're taking a lot more now, right? Um, number 4 in offensive rebound. I like to see it. Number 6 in free throw percentage. Number 20 in free throw attempts. We could get that up, but again, it's the beginning of the year, muscle memory. We're number 3 rebounding team. I had said that I think that number would increase. I think we can sustain that. Number 24 is an assist. Again, that number is low now, but but at the end of the season, I believe we'll be top 10, top 5 in that area. The way we're moving the ball, when we move it, that's one of the reasons we lost Miami. In that second half, we was 3-point hunting heavy, and it wasn't coming off of multiple movements from ball and pulls and player. It was just like maybe one pass and then a pull up from Cat, a pull up from somebody else. It wasn't what we've seen in preseason and the first 2 games. What else? that we're looking good at. Personal fouls. We're not fouling people. We fouled them a lot in the Miami game. We did, but the other two games, we still number 3 in the league in personal fouls so far. Our defensive rating, we're the number 4 team right now in defense. That's a good look. These are numbers you could hold on to because we're playing defense. The offense will come. It's what are we doing on defense now? When we look at what the defense, I mean, what offense is doing against us, field goals made number 4. That's not bad. Field goals attempted number 3. Field goal percentage number 8. Now this is where it gets where we were last year, and it's supposed to be another focus that they wanted. The Mike Brown wanted was the contest threes, how you defend the three. 3-point made opponents 3-point made against us is number 27. 3 points attempt number 25. 3-point percentage number 19. Like you want those numbers to be better, and eventually they will, because we right now they are focusing on habit, fundamentals and habits. Free throw made number 2. Free throw percentage, we're number 7 so far, and free throws attempted, I said, was number 2. Free throws made, they're number 2 also. Free throw percentage is number 7. So we're not putting, besides Miami, we're not letting teams get to the line much. These are things you can build on. So that's what we looking at the numbers. I know people like to look at the numbers. So let's look at these team stats. Offensive rebound number 1. We're not allowing many offensive rebounds at all. We're not allowing teams to get many of the second chance shots. Little thing. We're paying attention to the little details right now. This is how you build habits, build winning habits. The defensive numbers look good so far, despite some lapses, but we're paying attention. We're not letting them get extra shots. We're not letting them get to the free throw line. We're not letting them pass the ball around all the time. Number 3 in opponents assists. They're not getting assists on us. They're not moving the ball. They're not getting to the free throw line. Personal foul, they're not. We're doing our thing. Points off a turnover, number 11. Second points, number 3. Where we can get better at, and what has been a problem, and it's supposed to be a focus, and what we is the fast break points, the transition, getting into fast break. So we have to get better with that. Points in the paint, number 1, tied with San Antonio. We're playing, protecting the paint. So the things that he had said that Mike Brown wants to focus on, we have been doing well in those areas. Offensively, those numbers are, like I mentioned, going to be up. They might look terrible in the beginning of the season because this is a new system. So as long as those defensive numbers look decent, like we're holding the opponents to a certain amount, we're doing what we said we're trying to do, then we okay. We can get the offense together. As long as that defense from day one, the principles have been set. And I'm okay with that. That's why I'm not crashing out. All-Star, I'm giving this team to All-Star game. All-Star game, because it's a new system on both ends. It's not going to be perfect. No way is it going to be perfect. That's unrealistic for you to expect us to just come out the gates on fire. And if it is, and if we did do it, then blessings. But there's going to be rocky points because there is a new system. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. Like, we can get better in situations, but the numbers where we're top 5, top 10 is the ones that count. We're not giving up second chance buckets. We're not letting them get to the free throw line. The 3-point percentage, that will get better with us contesting, because again, we're learning a new system. And we can't cheat, Josh Hart. We can't cheat to get those extra rebounds. You can't play. You have to hold your own. You have to stay locked in for the team. Because sometimes you cheat, then you can't get back. You're not in the passing lane and then we give up a good looking threes, like happens a couple times in Miami. All right, so we can get through that. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. Just be patient, y'all. Give the team some grace. Stop with them parlays. I know that's what's driving y'all crazy, because y'all betting from game number 1. We're like, oh no, we can't leave the parlays alone. um, let's get into this. Our who we're going against. Milwaukee Bucks. Like I mentioned, Milwaukee Bucks has made some moves. They're trying to keep Giannis, so they're doing what they can to do that, or try to. They went and signed Miles Turner, which was surprising. People didn't see that coming. They got Miles Turner. They re-signed Bobby Portis, Gary Trent Jr., and I think Kevin Porter Jr., right? Then you have they got Cole Anthony, which is a good, acquisition for them. They want to get younger. They got Gary Harrison with Gary Harris, he's not a spring chicken, but some veteran leadership. Torian Prince, another good player that, do what they do what he can do. Always a good energy player, defender, 3 and D guy kind of guy. They lost Brooke Lopez, who's been there, was a big part of the championship run, and they traded Pat Connaughton. They traded? Oh yeah, they lost Pat Connaughton also. So they wanted to get young. That was their philosophy. Everybody wants to get younger because they want to play faster and shoot more threes. Sound familiar? Well, that's exactly what Milwaukee wants to do. They want to have a faster pace, and they want to play. They want to get up way more threes than they did last year. And so far, they have been doing it. It's the only thing that's been a little ruffled, just like us, is they have some injuries. Since game one, they've had a little bit of injuries. So that is the one game that did lose against the Cavs. It's because the Cavs had more pieces. They let the others contributed, and the stars, Spider and Mobley, they closed the gate. They were that up a lot that whole game, and then Milwaukee started cutting into it. But Spider, I believe, had 10 points in that game, fourth quarter, and Mobley went 12 for 12 from the free throw line. So they were able to close that game. They had way more pieces. Excuse me, way more pieces. And speaking of way more pieces, Giannis is going stupid. He's going stupid right now. The first 3 games, all 3 games, Giannis has been the high man in points, the high man in rebounds, and the high man in assists in all 3 games that they have played. He's going super Giannis right now, and I get that they want to get him help. But if he has to do this, I don't know if it's sustainable body wise, injury wise. That's a lot of pressure and energy he's putting out. And also too, if he has to do this to win, I don't see he really might be out of there. He really might be out of there. The stat lines Giannis has been putting up has been crazy, like 40 and 20, 7 offensive rebounds, 2. He is really doing his part in trying to get a W, impacting the game from multiple ways. But like you said, like we all know, there's no I in team. So other people have to produce, and credit, shout out to the Milwaukee Bucks players. They've been having the 3 games, they've been having 5, 6 players, 7 players in double digits. Again, it's just been an injury, so they get the production, then they can't play the next game. So that's something to watch out for. Milwaukee, is injury going to be a problem. But Giannis is absolutely doing his Doug. He started off the season 37 points, 14 rebounds, and 5 assists. That's how he started off the season against Washington. He just going nutty, and he's had some help. They won 2 games out of 1. They played their first 3 games have been against Washington, Toronto, and Cavaliers. So Toronto has been playing, doing their thing, and Cavaliers, they're a contender. When they played a contender, they lost. They beat the Toronto Raptors. It was a close game. They won by 6. They beat Washington. There was no defense played in that game. So that's the one thing that you could be looked out for, because yes, they want to get they sorry. Yes, they want to get faster, but they kind of abandon their defensive principles. They're not as good in that aspect. Excuse me. Milwaukee, what are they right now? So far, number 11. That's the middle of, that's good, but they're giving up a lot of points. I'm sorry, I got charge my laptop for I lose you guys. but they defensively they lacking a little bit there. We know Milwaukee to be a good defensive team, but they've given up some points. They've given up some points. It's 116, 113, and 120. The first game they gave it 120. They scored 133. It was no defense played in that first game at all. Everybody was like 7 players on each team, double digits. No, no defense played. They was like, we're gonna just shoot it out, and whoever win at the end, that's just it. Um, the difference in the game was basically the points in the paint. Milwaukee dominated in the paint. Of course, they have Giannis, who is a walking. He's gonna get to that paint, and he's gonna get to the free throw line too. So he excuse me, that's what's the difference. The difference in that game was points in the paint and turnovers. The Milwaukee only turned the ball over 8 times, Washington 13. That was It was big because in turning the ball on 13 times, Milwaukee was able to get 17 points off of it, and they only gave up 1 point off the turnover. So they took care of the ball, forced turnovers, and didn't allow points off of turnovers. And that, at the end of the day, that was the difference in the game, the 133 to 120, because shooting percentages, field goal wise, and 3 point percentage for both teams was basically neck and neck. Even the free throw attempts, it wasn't a large disparity in free throw attempts. So that was basically the difference in that game. They played Toronto, and it was a closer game, 1-6. Giannis again with a crazy stat, 31 points, y'all. 11 for 14 field goals, 7 for 12 from free throw, and 2 for 2 from 3 pointers. Uh, he had 7 offensive rebounds in this game, 20 rebounds total. He had 5 turnovers and 1 block. Cole Anthony had a big 23 points off the bench for them. So he made a huge difference in this game. 23 points, 9 for 14, 2 from 5 from 3 pointers. He 7 assists, 2 steals, doing it everywhere. Both ends, trying to showing his worth. They shot 47 for 90. That's the one thing that they're increasing their pace. But unlike us in certain points where we're not being efficient, especially in that 3 point percentage area, they've been pretty efficient. It kind of reminds us of last year. They want to take more 3 pointers, but they're still not just jacking them. And it's efficient. Giannis he's 2 for 2 from 3 point the last game. Not taking a lot, but efficient in the ones that he does. So that's key to look out for today. They're shooting very efficient. I mentioned. So um they didn't have KPJ versus Kevin Porter Jr. They didn't have him versus Toronto. They let Ryan Rollins start, and he did his thing. The fourth-year player, doubling his stats. I mean his minutes already and his points from last year. He did well, contributed 3 steals off the offense, 13 points, I believe it was, 3 steals. Uh, they had 5 people in, and the difference in that game was the bench points. Milwaukee got 45, Toronto only got 25. They got more. They were the more deep team. They got more from their others than Toronto did. So that was the difference in the game. And I mentioned in the Cavs, they were missing a lot of pieces. The Cavs, though, Milwaukee is trying to shoot more shots. They're trying to get on the Cavs level because the Cavs, even though they didn't shoot well, I think they shot 30% from 3 during that game. They got about 7 more 3 pointers, 7 more free throws, about 8 more shots in total than Milwaukee. And that probably was the game. They just got up more shot attempts. They got to the free throw line more because of it. And that was the difference of the game. Looking through it for me, they just got up more shots. They outshot and they took care of the ball. AJ Green, who started, he had 20 points. That's another player that's getting more minutes. It got AJ Green and Ryan Rollins. So those are some players that we may not be familiar with, but they may be playing and contributing for Milwaukee. Sorry, y'all know I be getting my Clyde. I be getting my Clyde on. Words be whooping my behind, so bear with me. So we went through that. They just didn't have enough. Missing a lot of pieces. They just didn't have enough. I mentioned the tensions. They're just trying to go through everything. I be roses and petunia. My memory shot, yo. I try to remember everything. My memory is shot. So we got into the breakdown in their first three games. We got into what their philosophy and intentions are this year. The off-season moves. I broke down the three games that they had. Uh, I guess we could talk more about and get into the keys of victory and talk about some of the things that we just didn't do correctly in Miami. Again, some more versus Miami points off a turnover. Sorry, see there go kicking my butt again. 20-11. That we gave up 20 points and we scored 11 off a turnover. That has not been the case for the other two games. We've not given that much off of turnovers that way. That was the key. Miami again out hustled us. That's what they did. They just out hustled us. Fast break points 10-31. We got 10 points and they got 31. That's another thing that Mike Brown had said that he wanted to get, kind of curb, and we had some laps with that. Um, fouls 24-16. We haven't been fouling people. I've been keeping count at halftime. The people been having like 2 or 3 free throws for a whole half in the first half. We've been doing a good job when it comes to that, except for Miami. We were fouling. We didn't play smart. We weren't very focused. It was times in the clutch, but we didn't even get a shot attempt. That can't happen. But again, that's game 3, and things like that are expected to happen because we're trying to get on one string. We're learning, and they're learning a different system for defense and offense. Um, what else? Excuse me. Free throw attempts in Miami. They made more. They made 10 more free throws than we did, and they took 10 more free throws. I mentioned that we haven't been fouling, but that was huge. They got 31 free throws last game, and they hit 10 more than us. They hit 26 of the 31. We went 16-21. We need to hit our free throws when we get there. Anyway, and we need to not give another team 31 free throws. So Miami, yeah, they made things ugly. They made it scrappy, beating us to loose balls, making us, being aggressive, and we didn't use their aggression against them. It was many times where it was just one pass and a shot. And granted, we were open, but it reminded me of Miami. Maybe that was by design. Okay, you off, you can't hit. Do your thing. Do your thing. Um, I need them to get the Popovich system. Spurs were huge on that, helping move the defense. If I ball fake, a pass fake, shot fake, I might make something happen. Then I can go to the basket and either go to get fouled, go to the bucket, get a bucket, or pass out to the 3-pointer and make something for somebody else. Or if because we all fit 3-pointer, I can pass, and now you're scrambling. The defense is more likely to go for the head fake or the pass fake, and I get an easier bucket. Um, the Spurs were huge, were big on that. That pass fake and shot fake, they would do it before they did a dribble. Like that would help their dribble. And I felt if we did a couple of those the last game, then Miami definitely would have had a bit on it. So if Milwaukee is going to play aggressive, use their aggression on them. That's all I can say. I think we just hunted 3-pointers and forgot about the 2, and we made it harder for ourselves. That's what I truly believe. We took 15 more shots than Miami, y'all. 14 more threes. We took 14 more threes and still lost. That should tell you stop shooting. Sometimes we're not gonna have it. I know they tell the shooter to keep shooting, but at a point it comes as a player when you say yes, I have to keep shooting, but I have to get into a rhythm first. Let me get to the bucket. Let me see a couple go through, and then I'll try again. So let's eliminate the stagnant offense. We don't want to see that anymore. And I get it, worry people, because when pressure situations, you go back to what you know, and what we saw in the pressure situations kind of was stagnant and struggling. So I get the worries, but game 3, y'all, Just remember that was game 3. It's game 4 now. So the keys to victory. Giannis is going to be Giannis. We know that. Greek freak is his name for a reason. You just got to make it hard for him. Pause. That's it. Like, contest. No and ones. It's either a hard foul or let him go. Either or, make a business decision. No and ones. Limit the free throws attempts if you can. Meaning, if he got you beat, he got you beat. Stay home. Eliminate his passing pockets. You know, Giannis is going to do. He's like Julius Randle, the whirling, twirling, and dervish, whatever the case may be. He's going to try to get to that hoop and expecting help to come so he can get it to his shooters. That's what he's been doing. So we know that we've been, except for Miami, the first 2 games been making it real difficult on the opposing team stars. If you look at their turnovers, you look at Jaylen Brown turnovers, you look at the Donovan Mitchell and Mobley's turnovers. We've been making it very difficult for the stars. Continue that with Giannis. Continue. Stay in your passing lane. Stay home. Josh Hart again. You can't cheat. You can't cheat. He will pick it apart. That's what he's going to do. You have to take away his passing lanes. Take away his emergency, like I used to say with Jalen Brunson. You have to take away his emergency exits. Okay, the Harden pass exits. You have to take that away. No fouling or letting Milwaukee get a lot of fast break chances. We can't allow what we did against Miami with Giannis. He's going to punish us and get us in foul trouble. We don't need that. Which means you have to take care of the ball to limit the fast break chances. And you have to get back, even if you do turn the ball over. Getting back and like Mike Brown said, notifying who the dangerous man is in the fast break. We got to go back to the principles. That's just it. So and get back on defense without fouling. Make again the business decisions. Either let him go if you get beat, or make it a hard foul. No and ones. Not a lot of free throws, please, 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 and please. Cat, the offensive fouls. Lock in, Cat. Lock in, lock in. A lot of your fouls can be avoided. Lock in. Milwaukee has been, like I mentioned, has been efficient from 3-pointers so far. Number 7 in 3-point made, number 12 in 3-points attempted, number 7 in 3-point percentage, number 4 in field goals made, number 5 in field goal percentage. You can't cheat too far. You got to stay honest, stay home, eliminate those passing lanes. Expect them to want to get to the lane and try to kick it out for the 3. They're trying to play faster. They want to shoot more threes. All things Brown said to focus on. We dropped the ball in Miami. We did bad in giving up a bunch of good looks. They got a bunch of good looks. Whether they hit them or not, they got a bunch of good looks from 3 where it was nobody around. Josh Hart. I ain't gonna beat on you, but I noticed that there's a lot of good 3-pointers. A lot of fast break points. Was stagnant and didn't play smart basketball. So those are another keys to the victory is our focus, our IQ, and communication. We master those, we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. Our focus in late game situation has to be better than it was in Miami. We have to at least get a shot up in those situations. 2 back-to-back turnovers over offensive fouls can't happen in a clutch situation. We don't even get up a shot. That can't happen. IQ, we're a mid-range team, but we've kind of abandoned the mid-range. We sat there jacking. I seen Mikal start, but we went away. Mikal was efficient the whole game, and we didn't feed him the way we should have. And we should have fed him in where he eats at, pause, which is in the mid-range. That's where he was doing his work, and that's where we needed him to do his work because the 3-point shot was off. So notifying that, hey, we don't have it today. Let's spam my mid-range. We're very good at mid-range. We have a bunch of players who do well in mid-range. Granted, we were missing one of them in Deuce. We still have others who are very good at mid-range. I felt we just were so locked in on that 3-point shot. So we need a mix of Tibbs. We need a mix of Tibbs' system when it comes to the slowing down and hunting the mid-ranges and Mike Brown's system. We need a mesh of that. because when hunting the 3-point shot, we see where it can go wrong. So yeah, that's all I have. Excuse me. Giannis is gonna be Giannis. Stay home. Cut them passing lanes off. No fouling. No fast break opportunities. Take care of the ball. Um, Contested shots always, always. Any shot contested. Straight up, wall up, contested. No good looks. Period. Make it hard. Pause. No, nothing easy. And focus, IQ, and communication. Communicate with each other on defense. Communicate with each other on offense. Stay smart. Use their aggression against them. Ball fakes, pass fakes, shot fakes, they do much. That's simple things. Just pay attention to the little details and continue to build on the little things while getting our offense together in the mix. So yeah, that's it. That's game number 4, y'all. This is a process. I hate that word because you know, but it really is. It is. It's going to take time. And people say the regular season doesn't count. I don't believe that because this is where you try things. You see what works, you see what doesn't, and then you work on it. You build on it. You use every game as a practice for playoffs. So yeah, I think we have enough. I know they had mentioned that Gary Trent Jr. was probable today with a non-COVID illness. They had said that Kuzma is available. He was probable. He's available. Also, I'm not sure. But I think Cole Anthony was probable, and like I mentioned, Kevin Porter Jr. I believe is out with the left ankle sprain. Um, and yeah, that's all I have. So I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Before this, pregame before the game, and I'll see you guys again for Chicago. Try to get these out as much as possible. Bear with me, life be lifing sometimes, but I'm trying to get this out as much as possible. I really enjoy it. And let me know in the comments what you think, especially after the game. Let me know if I was way off, whatever the case may be. And we out. I see you guys after the Knick game at the KOT post game. So appreciate y'all. We out. Peace. Oh, I'm out. Look. See, I'm out. Peace.
York, New York, big city of dreams. New York, big city of dreams.